Hello, everybody. A little less prepared today, but we're still here. Hello, everyone. There we go. That's good light right there. How y'all doing? Hello. Hello. Mm. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. That's no good. Gonna have to close that so we don't have the outside noise. Y'all probably can't hear it, but I'm gonna close it. Ah, thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. I'm gonna go close this window so that thank you guys. You're so nice. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Hello, everybody. If you are just getting in, like or react, to the video, share it on your page. I am super excited about this today. Are y'all having a wonderful Tuesday? Is that y'all having a good Tuesday? Yes. No. I'm going to start reading at 6:05. And if you are joining us for the first time, which the first time was yesterday, but today is second time. So day 2. Come on, consistency. Um, we are reading Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. We're reading Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. Let me make it. There we go. Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. And if you are wondering where I got this beautiful bracelet from, it is from Made with Melanin Co. Go to their website is madewithmelanin.co, and the they sell bracelets, t-shirts, that kind of thing, accessories, and it's very pro-black and of course made with melanin. The assumption is there. Um, and if you use the promo code MissTaylorSaid, then you can get 30% off. And that's Made with Melanin Co. Madewithmelanin.co, and then their name on Instagram is Made with Melanin Co. Hey Bree. Hey Delia. Hey Jules. Hey y'all. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for joining me. I am good. I'm good. Um, Today was very cold and windy, so I stayed inside. Oh, I forgot to get a mug, so we got that for water today. All right, I'm gonna give it one more minute and then we will start reading, y'all. Let me take this. I'm gonna go and share this myself. Or maybe not. Am I? Hey. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Hello, y'all. Thank you for joining us. We are reading today. We are reading Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. Yesterday, we read the foreword and the introduction and some of chapter 1. And that video is on my page. So if you want to check that out, it's on my page from yesterday. I'm going to be doing these videos Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if there's anybody on the West Coast that's watching. Um, and I am going to be reading books. The part of the reason why I wanted to do this is because I am I have particular goals that I want to accomplish and something that will help me strengthen the skills I need to accomplish my goals is, doing things that put me in position to speak in front of people, even though it's virtually. But knowing that there's an audience induces similar anxiety as standing in front of a live audience. So, um, just knowing that I can speak in front of people. Also, being able to read aloud accurately, quickly, that kind of thing. That's something else that I also want to practice. So, right now, what I'm doing is I'm reading books on live. And then I also, another really big thing that I always like, another goal that I have that I'm trying to accomplish is reading more books because I have a tendency to start reading books, but I don't finish them. So I end up just with a bunch of books. I have a library of books that have not been finished. So I was thinking about just as because we're growing and we're doing this together, and I appreciate y'all for being here and watching. I was thinking about drinking wine on Wednesday, when I read, because that could be a fun adventure, wine Wednesdays. But we'll see when that happens. It is 6:06, so now I'm a minute behind. And we're going to go ahead and pick up where we left off in chapter 1 of Lisa Nichols' Abundance Now. So uh, let's dig in. Um, the next section that we're starting at is Create a Life You Love, starting today. If you and I were working privately on planning your abundant future, one of the first things I would ask you to do is assess your level of fulfillment and satisfaction in the key areas of your life. Have you ever really examined your life? Do you know what is required for you to be happy? To help you look at each of these key areas, I put my entire personal prosperity quiz online for you to access free of charge. It asks you to look at 4 areas: your spiritual life, your relationships, your career and finances, and finally, your health and wellness. Well, it looks like we have homework, folks. Looks like we have homework, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can. I'm gonna put I see the website down at the end of the paragraph, so I'm gonna go ahead and type that out, and so that we can do it later and whatever, you know. So let me do that right now. It is. I'm gonna write it exactly how she writes it. Right? And this is the personal for those that may just be joining us. No, stop. For those that may just now be joining us, I am putting the quiz that Lisa just mentioned in her book on in the comments. Forgive me for typing so slow. Put it in there and then pin. There it goes. All right, I pinned it. I did a live video thing. I'm going to start over now. Um, if you and I were working privately on planning your abundant future, one of the first things I would ask you to do is assess your level of fulfillment and satisfaction in the key areas of your life. Have you ever really examined your life? Do you know what is required for you to be happy? To help you look at each of these key areas, I've put my entire personal prosperity quiz online for you to access free of charge. It asks you to look at 4 areas: your spiritual life, your relationships, your career, and finances. Career and finances, and finally, your health and wellness. And it steps you through determining how fulfilled you feel in these areas. Are you living in abundance? Is your cup running over? Or do you have to work to do you have work? Oh geez, I don't have it together today, y'all. Or do you have work to do in order to achieve satisfaction in these areas? You'll find the personal prosperity quiz at website that I have pinned. Of course, although assessing your current prosperity through these questions is important as a starting point to experience future abundance, you have to embrace your current life. If you love your life now, then you'll be open to attracting and creating the more expanded future life you want. Don't wait until you hit a specific money marker, have started your dream career, or have found your soulmate. Live abundantly now on your way to living an even better life. Ooh, that reminds me of something that I have posted on my page. I'm sorry that I keep getting off track and stopping, but the things she's saying keeps making me think of things. Where it talks about how you can be going through something that may not be easy or comfortable and still work towards the things that you want to do. And it's like there's a duality there that you can you can, hey Morgan. Um, ooh, I am just all over the place today. There's a duality there that's really important and hard to recognize and remember, but you don't have to wait until you get to a certain point to start working on the things that you want to work on. You can be in your current situation, however good or bad it may be, and still be worthy of and able to work towards the things that you want and to obtain the things that you want. So that's just a little side note. Um, if you love your life now, then you'll be open to attracting and creating the more expanded future life you want. Don't wait until you hit a specific money marker, have started your dream career, or have found your soulmate. Live abundantly now on your way to living an even better life. Love greatly today on the way to loving more openly in the future. And pursue health and wellness with vigor so you'll be ready for life's great adventures. Living abundantly now doesn't require loads of cash. Amen. When my son Jelani was small, many nights we ate beanies and weenies, a filling but mundane meal that became so repetitive, I created names for us as a way to add sparkle to our kitchen time together. Mustard Man was born, and I played Garlic Girl, Jelani's capable sous chef. Night after night, while in character, our creativity knew no bounds as we stirred up some of the most exciting, frightening, and filling meals imaginable. There were our famous teriyaki chicken wings that weren't done until they fell off the bone. Our Swedish meatballs could have doubled for tennis balls, except tennis balls probably would have tasted better. And her chocolate chip cookies, which were supposed to be soft and moist, ended up resembling the Starship Enterprise and tasted like they were from outer space, too. We even created brothless chicken noodle soup, a gluten free pancake disaster, catastrophic key lime pie, and a tiramisu that oozed and sagged like cake left out in the rain. Ugh. Despite the disasters, cooking became the highlight of our day and a joyful time for both of us. Years later, when my life expanded and our income grew with it, Jelani and I flew to both British Virgin Islands and Italy as his graduation present before he started his studies at the world famous Culinary Institute Le Cordon Bleu. When I surprised Jelani and Sicily with the first of 30 days of classes with various private chefs, the chef asked him, "What makes you want to become a chef, young man?" Without looking up from the eggplant he was slicing, Jelani replied, "I've been head chef in our kitchen at home for a while and just want to make it official." Okay. All right, Jelani. Yes. Um, we both broke into laughter as we shared our stories of Mustard Man and Garlic Girl and how cooking together made us feel abundant when scarcity was our reality. I could see in the chef's eyes the admiration he felt as we celebrated our new lives. Now cooking classic fare in a professional kitchen with a private chef in one of the most incredible countries in the world. Only the decision to focus on living abundantly now can make eventual prosperity and prosperous activities like private cooking lessons in Italy that meaningful. Of course, this kind of focus on present prosperity extends to other areas of our life as well, especially relationships. During a recent appearance on the Steve Harvey Show, I counseled a husband and wife who were struggling to bring love and affection back to their relationship after the husband had been involved in an online relationship. While I got the husband to own his part of the damage to their marriage, his wife had begun projecting into the future, anticipating the next time he would betray her in this way. She no longer trusted him because of what he might do in the future. My coaching to the woman was that she was missing 1,000 beautiful now moments by projecting and anticipating hurt in the future. I'm going to read that again after I take a sip of water. Okay, let me read that again. Hello to everybody. If you're just now joining us, we are reading Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. Like, react, some sort of reaction or whatever, how that works. And share this video on your page. I appreciate y'all joining us. All right. My coaching to the woman was that she was missing 1,000 beautiful now moments by projecting and anticipating hurt into the future. Ooh, we do that a lot. All of us do. Though through further coaching, it became clear to her that she wasn't loving herself. And so she couldn't believe that her husband loved her either. She wasn't loving herself, and she couldn't believe that her husband loved her either. I gave her a nightly assignment, something known as the mirror exercise, instructing her to verbally admire her own qualities and celebrate her own daily wins to the image she saw before her, herself. By delivering these positive strokes to her subconscious mind nightly, she could begin to embrace and love herself in the present moment, and by extension, give her husband permission to embrace and love her too. I know I keep stopping y'all, but what she's describing is saying daily affirmations. So looking into the mirror and giving yourself affirmations. And if that's something that you're not really comfortable with, or you don't really know where to begin on that, there's an excellent podcast by Anaj the Dragon, and it is called. I want to actually say the name of the podcast correctly. The Positive Dragon podcast. This is what it looks like. Positive Dragon podcast with Anash the Dragon. And I will put that in the comments as well. The Positive Dragon podcast by Anash the Dragon. That's a great place to start if you don't really know where to start on affirmations. If you want to try this practice for yourself to, help build confidence and self love. Um, Whether you want loving, supportive relationships or are pursuing other areas of an abundant life, never miss another now. Hmm. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Acknowledge your bounty and brilliance today. After all, it's this you, the person you are in this moment, who will bring about the future you want. Unfortunately, far too many of us wait far too long to live abundantly. We think we need to achieve great wealth or accumulate important friends or somehow become somebody before we start pursuing our dreams. My advice is to stop planning and start doing those things that are part of an abundant life. Okay. Okay, y'all. She's saying too many good things for me to just keep, not stopping. But unfortunately, far too many of us wait far too long to live abundantly. We think we need to achieve great wealth or accumulate important friends or somehow become somebody before we start pursuing our dreams. My advice is to stop planning and start doing these things that are part of an abundant life. And then she inserted a quote that says, you want to set a goal that is big enough that in the process of achieving it, you become someone worth becoming. That's by Jim Rohn, self-made millionaire, success coach, and philosopher. My good friend Sandra Yancey was committed to pursuing success long before she had the means, connections, and expertise to do so. She'd been looking for an organization that provided a safe space for women entrepreneurs to network and create joint business opportunities. When she couldn't find one, she and her husband, Kim, founded E Women Network and literally created the company she was looking for. Although today eWomen Network touches over 500,000 women entrepreneurs and generates millions of dollars annually, in its early growth years, Sandra and Kim lived frugally. They worked 15 hours a day in a room over their garage. Sandra was the main speaker at the company's events. She ran the operations. She wore 13 other hats in the company, all while being a mother of two young children, a great wife, and a caring daughter to her aging mother. Kim, who also wore many hats, helping to shape the operations, overseeing marketing, handling the recruiting and the customer experience, and more. They took risk and they sacrificed. Sandra and Kim had to be fiscally tight. They stretched meals, they made vacations super special on a budget. Today, Sandra and Kim have thousands of members in the eWomen Network organization, travel all over the world for business and play, and have raised millions of dollars for women and children in need. I watch them operate the company with grace and ease, and yet I also know the price they paid for the abundant life they lead now. Just like Sandra and Kim Yancey, you too can pursue rich and rewarding experiences well before you have the finances, possessions, home, or career you desire. Make it your goal to accomplish at least two things every 90 days that directly affect your bottom line. That is, that is increase your income or or business revenue. Make it your goal to accomplish at least two things every 90 days that directly affect your bottom line. That is, increase your income or, oh, she was explaining what bottom line was. I was misreading that. Okay. At the same time, don't wait to start living inside your life. Start doing those things that bring you the most joy. Share your gifts and talents with the world. Fully express yourself, saying those things that need to be said and living a life of no regrets. Do two more things over the next 90 days that contribute to living the abundant life you want. If your dream is to travel to Paris and visit the Louvre, for example, schedule a day this month where you visit a local museum, then enjoy a picnic lunch with elegant dishes and starched table linens that you've packed. If you want to travel by private jet, grab three or four friends and jump on one of JetSuite's last minute sweet deal flights for just $536. I don't know if that was a plug or just something she just knew. If you want to start a charity to save the world's oceans, start by volunteering with a group who is cleaning up the beaches in your own geographic area. Focus first on the macro version of your life, the money, while you're also pursuing the micro version of the life, those fun activities that make your life enjoyable. By leaning in and pursuing life in both areas, you'll find out whether you actually like those activities. You might change your mind or move in a slightly different direction. Plus, you'll find out how much money you really need to live your version of abundance. Most importantly, you'll become unequivocal about what you ultimately want. You can't hit a moving target. It's time to make plans for your future. The next section says is called You Can't Hit a Moving Target. Get crystal clear about what you want. The universe wants to deliver your fondest desires to you at the time and in the manner you specify, but it can't hit a moving target. And the universe doesn't recognize someday on the calendar. It needs specific and compelling instructions from you to bring about the self transformation, career gains, beneficial relationships, and financial wealth you want to achieve. It's time to get crystal clear about what you want. Inserts another quote that says, "You cannot hit a moving target. Unclear goals make pursuing clear results impossible." That's a quote by Lisa Nichols. When deciding what you want, the first step is to start with the end in mind. What would your life look like if you what would your life look like if you had already achieved your dreams? Strive to create a very clear picture in your mind. See yourself, y'all do that now. If y'all are in a spot where you can, if you're not driving or anything like that. Um um so I guess close your eyes and whatnot. Um, and when you're thinking about the first steps, what would your life look like if you had already achieved your dreams? Strive to create a very clear picture in your mind. See yourself in the house that you would ultimately live in. Where is it located? What style is it? How is it decorated? What activities do you pursue there? Populate your images with colors, scents, sounds, and emotions of your ideal life in your dream home. Then go one step further and decide the exact date you'll move in. Next, visualize your typical workday in the career of your dreams. What kind of work are you doing? What are the outcomes of your focused and productive day? What new business, new collaborations, and new value are you creating? Who else is in the picture? Assemble in your mind's eye the circle of employees, colleagues, mentors, and others who are the major support structure of your career. Decide how much financial wealth you'll amass. Then assign a specific date by which you will have accumulated that exact amount. What form will this wealth take? Stocking your own company, mutual funds, art, real estate, or something else? What kind of person will you have become to capably manage this wealth? Next, get clear on who you are spiritually. What are your daily spiritual practices? How do you inspire others through your own spiritual journey? Finally, decide what kind of relationships you'll enjoy in your abundant future life. Have you met or do you plan to meet your soulmate? If so, by when? Are you aligned with top achievers and other persons of consequence? Are you surrounded by rocket booster friends, those people who love, encourage, and celebrate you? Rocket booster friends, I like that. Sorry, I know you guys, I told y'all to close your eyes. If you have opened your eyes by now, I totally get it. This is the last one. Um, are you surrounded by rocket booster friends, those people who love, encourage, and celebrate you? Is your community a supportive force for your career or business? Are you growing as a result of these alliances? Open your eyes. She doesn't say that, but I'm saying that. The key to visualizing your ideal life is to see it in pictures that are so real that you actually form an emotional relationship with what you want. What would be what would you be feeling as you wake up in your dream home? Spend a productive day in your dream career, enjoy your closest relationships, and reflect on the financial wealth you accumulated. The difference between remaining static and actually achieving is feeling. High achievers are passionate people. This passion extends to their visions of their best and highest future. One story that illustrates why you should attach feelings and emotions to your pictures, causing the universe to deliver unique opportunities for fulfilling your dreams, is a story of regret that I heard over 15 years ago from a capitalist. Back then, as I was growing my company, I held investor meetings every 6 to 8 weeks. At one of those meetings, I met a gentleman who told me that every day he couldn't help kicking himself. When I asked why, he replied that over 25 years ago, he was approached by a long haired, awkward technology geek who had a crazy idea to put a computer on every desk. Oh, bruh. Oh, man. Okay, sorry. Man, we all know where this is going. When he asked me to invest $10,000, reflected the investor, I didn't believe something so far reaching, so different would ever work. So I said no. That awkward guy was Bill Gates. Whew, that is tragic. And by 2011, that original $10,000 investment in Microsoft, the company that Gates founded, would have been worth over $2.8 million. Wow, that's much. Mm, mm. What would an investment like that have done for you and your family? If you had been that investor, someone who regularly visualized his or her future and attached strong feelings and emotions to your picture of future wealth, perhaps you have been more likely to see an investment opportunity like that as a welcome opportunity the universe had provided to fulfill your financial goals. Your dreams and the date by which you'll achieve your milestones are the gas. Okay? Your dreams and the date by which you'll achieve your milestones are the gas. The feelings and passion you tie to these future accomplishments are the turbo boost. What emotional connection will you attach to each one of your goals? I don't know if y'all are taking notes, but of course, if this is something that, if you don't physically have the book, but you would like to, you know, take notes and go back and listen to the questions, I'm going to have these posted on my page so you can go back and listen to the questions and take your own notes. I'm going to stop for comments because we're going into a new section, but I'm seeing comments and I'm excited. Hey, Rebecca. Hello. Yes. Yes. The spiritual one, as she's going through all of these, Morgan, I'm not going to lie. I'm just like, okay, that's something I was working on. That also was something I was working. I'm happy to know that the rough ideas I have of where I should be working are things that she's listening. This is pretty exciting. But the spiritual one is really, really important. Super important. Just because it's like no matter what you believe in, believing in something that's higher than yourself, believing and knowing something is out there looking out for you, and again, everybody has their own thing and everybody has their own spiritual journey. So this is a no judgment zone. This is a no judgment zone at all, and this is a space that's safe for different people of different walks and faiths and things like that. But I think that it's important. um I mean, it's no shade to people that are atheist or agnostic or anything like that, but it's just like, I think it's very, in my experience, in my personal life, I have found it very important and difficult to ignore. If it's very difficult to ignore your spiritual journey when they want you to, anyway. It's super important to be in tune with your spiritual journey and in tune with who you are spiritually, because there are going to be times. Miss Kev on stage, Melissa Frederick, she said it so beautifully on an episode of the Love Hour, and when she said, she was talking about how, I guess, people would comment on things that she shared about things that she's done, actively done to help herself and to grow as a person and everything. And she said, by default, I give credit to God. So just assume that God is in everything that I do and God is in everything that I touch. And see, Morgan, I'm on a tangent, but she said, assume that God is in everything that I do. And she said, for her, the things that she can't explain how they happen, where it's just like 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 in this situation, but it still worked out in my favor, still happened somehow. And it even if it didn't work in my favor that moment and it came back around and worked in my favor, those are the things she's just like, that was God, that had nothing to do with me. So it's like, knowing that in the moments where you feel lost, that there's somebody larger than yourself from a different from a different angle, watching over you and taking care of you and making sure that you hear that still small voice, making sure that you see that sign, you catch them numbers, you hear the wind and you see the butterfly. It's they're making sure that you are. And when I say they is a broad term right now, because it could mean multiple people, it could mean one being, who knows, pronouns. But they are making sure that you are taken care of. And so it's important. It's important, again, for whatever you believe in, whatever you feel most connected with, go with that. If it's keeping you centered, if it's keeping you, whatever it is that you believe in, if it's keeping you centered, it's keeping you on track, you feel a oneness with the God that you believe in, your creator, do it. Do that and focus on it and keep it in mind, and stay in tune with it and practice things that keep you there. Ain't nobody asking you to go around and worry about everybody else's spiritual walk. Worry about yours. Do you, and stay in tune with that. So we're going to get back over here. Wow, she said a lot of great things in here. Again, the playback will be up, so if you want to listen to that section again, I really do recommend y'all go get this book. For those that may just be joining us now, this is Lisa Nichols' Abundance Now, and sis has a word for us today and every day that we're going to be reading this. There's a word in here. Amen. being able to be mindful in your life so you don't miss those signs is very important. Yes, yes, and doing things like yoga, because I've been seeing your yoga journey, girl, and doing things like yoga really, really like doing something that's active, but something that creates a connection to your body, something that creates a connection to your body. Yoga, I find, is mine, but it could be something different for other people. But I've been seeing Bree do her yoga journey, and it's like that connection that you feel whenever you're doing yoga is in without the high levels of stress that other workouts can be, is really, really important. And just doing things that to make sure that you still stay physical, because even and not necessarily for being in shape or any of that, like just making sure that the blood is circulating, making sure I the yoga that I do is with Travis Elliott, and on online. And one thing that he always talks about, he's just like, feel that good oxygenated blood circulating through your body. It's just like remembering to move and do things so that you have that good oxygenated blood circulating through your body so that you can stay in tune with who you are. And I'm not going to get too much deeper into that. Yes, we definitely have to make time to slow down and tune in. COVID has kind of helped make time for that. Hopefully, has kind of made time for that. Hopefully, that's what Morgan said. Yes, honestly, I'm going to keep it 100,000 million trillion whatever. Um, COVID was so devastating, and it's still such a devastating experience. It's duality is really heavy on my mind, and it has been really heavy on my mind lately. And I don't know if that's because I have a lot of Libra placements, and so just like going back and forth and balancing between two things. Um, that the duality of constant tragedy that this year has been, because let's just yeah, yoga is tough. It's like it's tough on you. Like right now, I was supposed to do yoga today and I did not. So and I'm not gonna be hard on myself. If you miss workouts and stuff like that, don't be hard on yourself. Just try again the next day. But or try again when you're ready to try again, because it's 2020 and we in a penny. So you know if you not feeling motivated, it's understandable. My whole side, all of this, and the back of my legs is hurting right now. Um, my point that I was making though about duality. So the duality of 2020 being a super devastating year because we're having to grieve and mourn so much all the time. We're constantly having to grieve and mourn. We're constantly grieving, you know. I mean, listen, I'm not particularly patriotic, but the idea that so many thousands of people, the knowledge, the knowing that so many thousands of people have died and millions of people are getting sick, and it's just like, and it's in the air. It's so oh, I got that nickname Panny from Jaleesa, because that's I love that. But like just knowing that something is in the air that can kill you, like if you get it, like that's horrifying. That's horrifying, y'all. And we've been doing this for how many months now? Like that's horrifying. And just to know that like you could breathe air and it might, like, and I'm not trying to induce anxiety or anything or anybody, but it's just kind of sitting in that and remembering that and knowing that that's the reason why you're in the house. Duality. If you're in a space and you were able to stay afloat in the pandemic without working, like for example, I haven't worked since June. I haven't worked since June. Thankfully, I've been on unemployment. So I've been able to live off unemployment, because I mean, honestly, like the job that I had was a lot, and it was a really intense career, and I mean, I didn't go back because I had other situations going on, but um I was furloughed, and I didn't end up going back. But um what was I going to say? I'm afraid to go back to work. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm afraid to go out there and be in the workforce, um, out and around people. I'm terrified to do that. Also, I have worked very, 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 very hard to make sure that my home is my sanctuary and is my most peaceful place. And when the pandemic first happened, I was working from home, and it induced so much stress that I ended up going to the hospital one day with a panic attack, and I was in the ER back in May, just from being so stressed out. Like I mean, I something happened, and I thought that I had gotten COVID, and I was just like, I'm not even around nobody like that, and I was stressed out, and I ended up going to the ER, and I was there all night. I didn't have COVID symptoms, so they were just like, they checked me for other things. And I mean, really, like, there was a physical, like, thing that happened, but it was mostly anxiety. And a lot of that had to do with my job and the stress of the pandemic. So the idea of working from home right now, unless I'm working at the happiest workplace on earth, like my friend, um, like I can't I'm so afraid of bringing work into my home and having to answer calls and deal with really aggressively unhappy people within my home. I don't have a big home. I don't have a big apartment. So it's just like there's not really many spaces that I can escape to or just be like this corner of my big old wherever I live. Anyway, tangent is but the idea that I'm getting at is that all of those things, so many things have been bad this year. However, if you're fortunate enough to be able to still stay in your home, to still get some sort of income, whether it be unemployment, freelance gigs, whatever, like if you're able to stay afloat and you weren't able to work the way you did before or live your life in the way you did last year, which is all of us to some in some form or fashion, I hope that you were able to do things for yourself that helped you. And this is not to put pressure on people to like accomplish or or make anybody feel bad if they don't feel like they really accomplished anything or things in their life haven't gotten better. But I hope that if you've gotten the opportunity to be by yourself or spend time with yourself or just be spend more time inside, that you've been able to do more self exploration. Like I got to go to therapy this year. I had a plant obsession this year. I have my spiritual journey has just been freaking incredible. And this is just about to be a nice little, it's first day of December and we're reflecting on how things have been moment. Um, I've been able to spend time with people that I haven't seen or talked to in years. And respectively, making sure that any gatherings are super small. We're not all up on each other, and we're keeping it safe and everything. But I've gotten to do things I've never done before, and I'm so thankful for this year. I'm so thankful for some of the most incredible things that have happened this year. But it was also a devastating year at the exact same time. It was just like, oh girl, yes, the plant obsessed life. um I need one of my plant friends to come help me, because don't judge me now, because we judgment free in the room where I'm reading. Y'all, it's gonna be 27 degrees tonight, and I still got plants outside. Don't tell nobody. I still have plants outside. My elephant ears are outside, and for whatever reason, they're growing a new leaf. Why? I don't understand. Total, complete tangent, has nothing to do with the book. We're not even doing the book anymore now. We're not even doing the book anymore. We're talking about plants. Let's see, I played myself. Now we're talking about plants. Um, so if anybody wants to come help me bring these bad boys in, because I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with with their size because they're all huge for whatever freaking reason. I must have loved them too much. They're all huge, and I don't have nowhere to put them. There's nowhere in my little itty bitty apartment. Like what you're seeing behind me is most of it. You know, I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. So if anybody wants to come help me with these plants, because I have a majesty palm, I have two pineapple plants, and elephant ears, the alocasia kind, and and I have a money tree. I have a money tree that looks like a money stick right now because I had to prune the whole thing. The whole thing is so unhappy. Um, and all the little plants, they gone. They dead. They died. My caladiums, my caladium, I hope I'm saying this right. My caladiums are fine. They're just going dormant. Um, mm, right. That's what, and honestly, Breed, that's what I'm doing. There's it's a graveyard on my balcony right now. I wish I had a yard so that I can push them out of sight, out of mind until next year. But yeah, but it's a graveyard out there. So if I'm thinking I'm gonna just go get me a bottle of peroxide, wash out as many as I can and bring them in and hope for the best, cross my fingers, and see if I can my dad had mentioned something about giving me some of his grow lights. So maybe I can go harass him for those or something. But anyway, let me get off these plants. The point of that whole tangent was talking about duality, the duality of how this year has been just utter devastation. But also for some of us, it has been the most time that we've been able to spend healing in a concentrated window of time. Listen. Hey, plants die every day, B. Plants die every day, B. Pour some out for the homies. Pour some of my water out for the dead homies. Like, yes, I poured it on my floor. Yes, I did. Pour some of them out for the dead homies. And they probably would have been happy if I actually put those into. Not gonna worry about it. Not gonna worry about it. The duality. Oh God, what time is it? Y'all only have 12 minutes left before Jaleesa goes live, so she could talk about this restaurant owner who doesn't want people to twerk at the black brunch. But that's not my story. That's not my topic tonight. Okay, how big is this next section? Okay, I can get a couple more sections knocked out, y'all. All right. Hey, Brianna. Wait, there's two Brees. Hey, hey. Hey, both y'all. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna knock out some more. We're gonna get through this first chapter eventually. We're gonna get through this first chapter eventually. See, and I mean, you can go. There's always another option for how you hear or digest this book. You can always go listen to her audiobook and just listen to her read it, which I mean, that's not a bad idea because her voice is pretty pleasant, and she'll be able to read it with the tone she wants. But or you can go get the book yourself, read it yourself. But where's the fun in that? The fun is watching Taylor read it, struggle reading it, because wow, haven't had to read out loud since I don't even know if I read out loud in college. So haven't had to read out loud in front of people in a while. And I mean, technically I read out loud in college because I used to read my poems, but still, I don't know how long it's been since I've had to read other people's words. um, you know, but I'm you wouldn't get that experience if you go read the book yourself or listen to the audiobook. So welcome to Reading with Miss Taylor Said. We're getting a little more comfortable with the experience. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here with me. And I hope that this is fun. I hope this is fun for y'all. We're gonna knock out. We got 10 minutes. Hey KJ. Hey Boo. Hey. How you doing? I know you can't respond, but hey. I've been seeing your pictures when you did yoga with your mommy and you were so cute. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the book. I'm going to get back to the book now. Hold on, I'm gonna drink more water because for whatever reason my throat is dry. Probably because I run my mouth too much, but I wouldn't be Miss Taylor said if I wasn't so talkative. So, uh, at the same time you're dreaming, set goals that are believable and achievable. That's the next section we're reading. All right, amen. I remember the first time I did this future vision exercise. At the time, my goals seemed stunning in their breadth. It's the one that's bread and then th, but my mouth is not excited about that. Hey, okay, sorry. I'm going to get caught up in saying hey to the baby, and I'm reading. I'm reading. Hey, baby. Okay. And magnitude, in their breadth and magnitude. I wanted to build a financially stable and bright and vibrant lifestyle for Jelani and me. I wanted to purchase an incredible home. I wanted to treat my family, including my grandmother and my parents, to a luxury international trip at least once, if not several times. And I wanted to transform my body into a healthy, high performance machine. My goals seemed so exciting, they actually scared me. Whew, I feel that. I was daunted by what I knew I'd have to accomplish in order to meet these goals. Worse still, I realized that even small achievements, which by themselves were nearly impossible for me to accomplish at this time, at the time, would have been only incremental gains on the way to the major outcomes I wanted to create in my life. I wouldn't have been able to celebrate my own growth and triumph since none of these small goals would have been the major win I was looking for. Here's the reality I discovered: most people unconsciously dream themselves out of their goals. Write that down, y'all. Y'all got your pen and paper? Let's see. Okay, you got your pen and paper? She said, most people, me included, I am in this as well. I'm in this currently today, which is why I'm here, which is why we doing this, which is why we're doing this. We're taking baby steps. Amen. Amen. Here's the reality I discovered. Most people unconsciously dream themselves out of their goals. They dream so far past their current reality or what's currently possible today that they end up abandoning their goals and damaging their own self-esteem. So Money Mayweather with his big house and his cars and his flex, and you see all those people, and you were like, oh, I want that. And she's not talking about the comparison thing, but you see it in your mind, and you're like, that's what I want. And you see from here to there is a million steps, and you just like, man, that's a lot of steps. That's a lot of steps. And I feel like if I take that first one, that's not going to be enough steps. That's not going to be enough steps to get to my goal. And a million steps is a lot of steps. So now I got to walk a million of those. And I just feel like a million steps is just going to be a lot. So I guess I'll just stay here because I mean, one ain't going to hit it. And what if I have to go back to one? Then what am I going to do? I'm tangenting, but and I just made that up, I'm sure. But anyway, uh, I got a few minutes before Jaleesa starts hers. Okay. Um, but you know what I mean. They ended up abandoning their goals and damaging their own self esteem. To prevent this scenario, don't engage in wishful thinking. Set believable and achievable goals for the season that you're in. As you grow and prosper, your goals and your ability to achieve them will expand. Don't kill your potential by believing that achievement only happens when you've reached a lofty, overwhelming goal. Um, how many people we got in here? 7. Holler at me if you want me to keep going or you want to discuss. If y'all had any questions, or wanted to discuss. Jaleesa, I'm gonna respect the time that you told the people that you gonna do your thing. So I'm gonna respect that. I'm gonna respect the time I set for myself as well. I appreciate you telling me to take my time though. I love you, girl. So do y'all want me to keep going or you want to discuss for these last 5 minutes? Okay. Okay. Oh, looks like we discussing because Bree coming through with the word. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Woo! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Wow. Wow. Just sit with that for a moment. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Keep going. Keep going. No? Yes? I feel like go. Okay, we're going. We can get another section. We can get another section. Okay. Micro wins lead to macro wins. To further explain the point, most people want to jump from one to 1,000, when 1 to 10 might actually be a stunning accomplishment, and 10 to 20 might put them at the top of their field. Because we live in a Google download, microwavable, instant gratification kind of world, too many people think success happens overnight. They say, I want what you've accomplished without spending the 20 years that you work to get it. Although you can cut 10 to 15 years off of a learning curve through good coaching and by accessing the right mentors, it still takes small, move the needle, incremental steps to achieve any large goal. If you find yourself trying to skip past these necessary small achievements in the pursuit of unachievable goals, a better way to approach goal setting and goal getting, okay? I'm saying it like that. And goal getting is to establish clear deliverables and milestones. These are the micro wins that will produce your macro wins. These are the tiny goals that will lead to the big ones. And she put a quote here that says, you significantly enhance your chances of completing, a goal if you actually get started. Okay? Breaking down your task into bite-sized, palatable, digestible pieces is what will actually help you get started. And that was a quote by Lisa Nichols. As you look over each area of life achievement in the next section, begin to set compelling goals for yourself, but also determine those incremental milestones you'll achieve on the way to accomplishing the breathtaking changes you want. Okay. So this next section is pretty long and we only have a few minutes left. So I will say so it looks like there's gonna be a lot of questions for the next section. So what I will say for those that plan on joining me tomorrow at 6, because we're gonna do this Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, reading with Miss Taylor Said. And that's me. I'm Miss Taylor Said. I'm Taylor, as you can read in my name. There's something wrong with me, Lord. Um, Tomorrow, the next section is going to be 12 life-changing areas where you can achieve astounding success. And she has some questions in here that to for us. So what I will say is make sure that you have like a notebook and pen tomorrow nearby or something to note this down on if you want to, take these things and work on them yourself. Um, get you a notebook and paper and we can have the reading with Miss Taylor Said journals and workbooks. Oh my gosh, it'll be like English class in high school where you had to have a particular like writing journal where you did prompts and warm-ups on. Oh, that was my favorite part of English class in high school. Um, anyway, another tangent. I'm sorry. Yes, so have a paper and pen tomorrow for that, and then we can all do that together, and then we can make a group or something. Thank you, Jaleesa. I'll see you in a minute. And then we can make a group. How would y'all like that? Would y'all like to have like a group where we have discussions about the book? I feel like that would be pretty fun. I feel like we could have a reading with Miss Taylor Said group, and yes, woo, not sweaty pits. Yes. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So get you a notebook, any kind of notebook, any a notepad, an app, wherever you want to document your the things in here because there's calls to action in here, and it would be really really cool if we did those together. So that's what I'll work on. I will not promise you that it will be up tomorrow, but by I will have it up. Yeah, I will have that up, and I'm going to say by next Monday I'll have a group worked out, and I'm going to. Of course, I'm talking about paper, and I ain't got no paper nearby. I'm gonna remember it anyway. I'm excited about this, and then we could have discussions about the book in there. So yes, this has been really great. It is 7 o'clock now. If you guys are not friends with Jaleesa or following her, I don't know if she's going to make her video public, but she's going to go. She's one of my friends, and she's been in the comments. So click on her page. She's going to be going live talking about the brunch in a moment or a few minutes. I don't know if she's already started, but she's going to be talking about that brunch situation that's been going viral or whatever. So I'm really excited to hear about that. Thank you all for coming to the show again and watching. I really, really appreciate it. Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be reading books. This right now, we're working on Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. And we are still in chapter one. We did the foreword and the intro yesterday. We're still in chapter one, going section by section. And I'm excited to see where this goes. I appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Last thing before I go, if you have seen my bracelet, I'm waiting on a t-shirt to get here, but I got this bracelet from Made with Melanin Co. And go to madewithmelanin.co to order it. Order that or one of their t-shirts or one of their items. And the promo code is MissTaylorSaid, MissTaylorSaid, and you'll get 30% off. Um, and if there's nothing else, this was fun. I didn't read much, but we had some pretty good discussion. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Night.